So, Mark, talk to me a little bit about mechanical income.
Mechanical income is the income that's generated from record sales, meaning if you have a digital download, there's a mechanical attached to that, or if you're in a brick and mortar store, you go in and pick up an album, single, whatever, if you could find a single these days. Again, there's a mechanical attached to that. The current rate is 9.1 cents per copy sold. Generally speaking, if you're an artist and you have a deal, there's a thing in your contract in 99.9% of artist contracts, especially artists that are writers. It's a thing called a controlled composition clause. On a controlled composition clause, the label basically says that they will pay you on X amount of songs per full length, per album. So you have the 9.1 cents. They're generally going to negotiate that down to a 3/4 rate in the controlled composition clause. And then they're also going to say, regardless of how many songs you put on the album, Steve, this is how much we're going to pay. Or they'll do it another way and say, if you have 15 or 16 songs on your record, that's fine. You can have 50. We're only paying you on 11 or 12.
Okay.
And then we're paying on the 11 and 12 at a 3/4 rate. Now, that's not always the case, but generally with a new artist, that's what you're going to see.
Okay.
Bruce Springsteen, probably not. The other thing with respect to mechanicals is that, and this is kind of a little known factor, it's just now getting into the mainstream, is that on streaming, most people think that the royalty attached to a stream is a performance royalty. Well, what's funny is it's a performance royalty and it's also a mechanical royalty. A mechanical royalty is the lion's share of that revenue on a stream. So you have to make sure that you have a direct deal, or your publisher does, or you have a mechanical rights organization like the Harry Fox Agency, which is the agency that collects for a lot of the major publishers. They go out and collect mechanicals from the record companies. They'll also collect them from Spotify if you're an affiliate publisher. And one other thing that I forgot to mention is that any mechanical income is going to be paid generally, like I said, if you're an affiliated member with the Harry Fox Agency, what they'll do is they'll take out their percentage or their commission for collection. They're going to pass the rest on to your publisher or your administrator if you're the songwriter. The publisher will take 50%, keep that 50%, and pass the other 50% through to you, generally paid on a semi-annual basis.